Hello, today from Zero Omia I'm going to do a mock IELTS test with one student. I'm going to assess this student using the speaking band descriptors available at Ielts.com. I'm going to assess the student on their fluency and coherence, lexical resource, grammatical range and accuracy and pronunciation. I'm going to show you all three parts of the IELTS speaking exam. Okay, let's begin. Hello, my name is Kevin. Welcome to the IELTS test. What's your name?
My name is Akira,
Oh, where are you from, Akira?
and I'm from the city called Atsugi, which is located in Kanagawa Prefecture.
Where's Kanagawa Prefecture?
And it's just next to Tokyo.
Okay, so why do you want to do the IELTS test today, Akira?
And the reason why I would like to take this test is that I am thinking to take, I would like to take a translation course at a university somewhere in England in the future. That's why.
Why are you interested in translation?
I've always liked films, especially the films from England. So I've always wanted to get myself involved something to do with films, and then I have been studying English for a long time now, so I thought maybe I could use my English skills but related to films, and then I thought I ended up with this idea that maybe I could take a translation course so that I could do something to do with films in the future.
Oh, good luck. I'm going to move on to the subject of the exam now. How do you usually keep in contact with your friends?
Usually with my friends. Obviously, nowadays nearly everybody has got mobile phones, so I do use mobile phones to contact my friends.
Okay. Do you prefer to contact different people in different ways?
Let's say, as I said, with my friends, I like using my mobile phones to contact with my friends. But somebody like, I don't know, the companies, for example, if I do internet shopping, I do not want to provide my mobile phone numbers. So instead of giving them my mobile phone number, I tend to give out my email address so that the companies, they can just contact me via email rather than calling me up on my mobile phone.
In your country, did people in the past keep in contact in the same ways as they do today?
Sorry, could you repeat the question again, please?
Yeah, in your country, in the past, did people keep in touch with each other the same way as they do today?
In the past?
Did people use mobile phones in Japan in the past to keep in contact with each other?
I think it only, with regards to the mobile phones, I think it's only happened about 10 years ago, or 15 years ago, I can't remember. But so before that, I do remember when I was younger, if I want to see my friends, I used the house phone to call up my friends, or just sometimes just turn up at the friend's house and then see if they are in or not. And then especially everything, after the internet, after we started using internet, everything's changed. So nowadays people do use internet, sending out emails and stuff to organize to meet up, but it never happened before, obviously. So compared to the time, let's say 10 years ago, it's very different now, I think.
Okay, we're now going to move on to part 2 of the exam. I'm going to give you a card here. You will have 2 minutes to talk about the topic. on this card. You have 1 minute to think about what you are going to say. You can make some notes to help you if you wish. Here is the topic, Akira. Good luck. Okay, you've now got 2 minutes to talk about the topic.
Okay, so I would like to talk about my birthday party, which my mom organized for me when I was, I think it was 10 years old. So we invited majority, my friends, and then everybody brought presents for me. And then what I really remember was that everybody sing a song for me during the party. It's not just a birthday song they sang, it's just sort of practice before they came to the party. And then, so that was a bit of a surprise for me because I didn't expect that everybody's gonna sing a song for me. So that made me really happy. And then, apart from singing a song, my mom made a birthday cake. She doesn't usually bake. She doesn't like baking, but on that day, she woke up early in the morning and then she baked a homemade birthday cake for me. And then, so that's the way we shared the cake during the party.
Thank you very much. Okay, now moving on from personal celebrations to national celebrations. What kinds of national celebration do you have in your country?
National celebrations, or maybe the New Year's Day celebration. It's one of the biggest celebrations we have in Japan. On the New Year's Day, we prepare special meal for this day, and then we invite the family member and we get together, and then we have this special meal with your family member, and then celebrate the New Year's Day, and then wish the best good luck for the rest of the year.
Okay. Who do you think tends to enjoy national celebrations more? Young people or old people?
I think with regards to the New Year's Day celebration, I could see anybody, any generation, from kids to the older people, they get together and then they have dinner together, they have good time together. So I don't see any differences between the different generations. So yeah, I think everybody's enjoying on their way.
Do you have any celebrations in the summer?
Summer? And we do have summer festivals in Japan. Summer festivals means we do have firework festivals. I think in England, fireworks, they do have fireworks like in autumn or winter, but in Japan we do have firework festivals in summer, and then normally they are organized by individual, different cities. So if you go to this city has got a special firework festival on that day, but if you go to that city and then maybe on a different day, you could get different firework festival. It's really nice, they're really nice.
Who pays for the fireworks? Do you know who funds the fireworks?
I could talk about actually my city, Atsugi. For the firework festival, as far as I know, the local business, they do pay for the actual fireworks, because I noticed in summer, like local newspapers, you could see like this shop paid this amount of money for fireworks this year, and that shop paid this amount. So the collection of those money, as well as the Atsugi cities, I think is paying quite good amount of money for the local festival, I think. So the collection of those money, I think, is the fund for the festival.
Do you think it's a good use of money, or do you think the money could be spent better on other things?
In my opinion, I think it's good. It's good, especially, and I'm just talking about my city, because our summer festival, the firework festival, is really popular in the area, in the Kanagawa. So we do have lots of people from outside of our city on that day. So it's a massive, how can I say, like a income actually for the city. So I think it's good. What do you say? Okay, investment for the city. So I think the money we actually paying for the city is coming back as a good result. So in my opinion, I think it's good.
Okay, Kira, thank you very much for today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello again. So now we're going to have a look what Akira's speaking band is. The way I'm going to decide on her band is by going through the descriptors from Ielts.com and then deciding which area she falls into. From the speaking test I can tell she's about a 7 or 8. So what I'm going to do now is I'll look at the band 7, and if she fulfills all the requirements there, then I'll move on to 8. So let's have a look at 7. It says she speaks at length without noticeable effort or loss of coherence. Yes, I definitely say she fulfills that. If you noticed, one of the things she did is she expanded on her answers. When I asked her where she was from, she didn't just say Atsugi, she said Atsugi, which is in Kanagawa, which is to the north of Tokyo. So she kept expanding on her answers. And when she expanded on her answers, she always kept on the subject. When she was talking about her birthday party, she always kept on the subject of her birthday party, and it was always coherent, which means easy to understand. May demonstrate language-related hesitation at times, or some repetition or self-correction. Okay, she did hesitate at some times, but I would say that was more to do with the content, which is, did she have anything to say on the subject, and not really, is she looking for language? So I would say she fulfills that part. Uses a range of connectives and or discuss markers with some flexibility. Now this she was very good at. She used a lot of discourse markers such as nowadays, as regards to. Discourse markers means she showed me what she was going to talk about next. So she staged her discussion. So I'm quite content that she could get a 7. Now, could she get an 8? Speaks fluently with only occasional repetition or self-correction. Hesitation is usually content related and only rarely to search for language. Yeah, that's what I said before. Develops topics coherently and appropriately. Definitely. Okay. So, looking at here, I would say Akira was definitely an 8 for fluency and coherence. Okay, now turning to lexical resource. Band 7 uses vocabulary resource flexibly to discuss a variety of topics. Yet, uses some less common and idiomatic vocabulary and shows awareness of style and collocation with some inappropriate choices. Well, actually, I think all her collocations, which means words that go together, were appropriate. So I think she's above this level. So let's go to 8. Uses a wide vocabulary source readily and flexibly to convey a precise meaning. I'd say she was very precise. Uses less common and idiomatic vocabulary skillfully with occasional inaccuracies. Idiomatic vocabulary, she used a large range of phrasal verbs. For example, she said she wanted a job to do with film instead of connected. She said she ended up, which means finally. She also paraphrased well, which is she rephrased her words if she thought she wasn't going to be understood. Just like I did just then. So yes, I would definitely say she was an 8 for lexical resource. Turning to grammar range and accuracy. Band 7 demands that she uses a range of complex structures with some flexibility. Yep, she used a range of grammatical structures. She didn't use the perfect or conditional so much, but to be honest, it wasn't needed for the answer. She did, for example, swap between the active and the passive voices very naturally. So I would say she fills this requirement. Frequently produces error-free sentences, does some grammatical mistakes persist. She did make some grammatical mistakes, things like on my birthday my parents sing a song, which should of course be sang a song. There was the overuse of do in the final section, so my parents do this, where it wasn't actually appropriate. Let's go on to 8. Could she be an 8? Uses a wide range of structures flexibly, I'd say maybe. Produces a majority of error-free sentences with only very occasional inappropriacies. I'd say it was maybe a bit more than very occasional, so in this case I'm going to say she's a 7. Finally, pronunciation. Now, I'm going to go straight on to 8 here because I thought her pronunciation was very impressive. She uses a wide range of pronunciation features. Yes, natural stress, natural intonation. She used the weak forms. Words that naturally come together were pronounced together. I'd say her pronunciation was very natural. Sustains flexible use of features with only occasional lapses. Is easy to understand throughout. L1 accent has minimal effect on intelligibility. So, did her being Japanese affect her pronunciation? I'd say it was extremely minimal. There was no typical Japanese pronunciation problems such as L and R or more complex ones. So overall, I feel Akira should receive an 8 according to the Ielts Speaking Band descriptors. Well done, Akira, that's a very good score. Thank you very much.